Hello, I'm Mike. I'd like to show you some of the support equipment I built for swing blade portable sawmills. I build this equipment as if my safety and livelihood depend on it, and you can depend on it too. Swing blade sawmills are pure genius, but if you work alone, you don't have a tractor or a forklift, or a crew that always shows up, you need portable support equipment that works harder than you do. Some of this equipment is easily adapted to manual band mills. We're operating sawmills, not toys. Without a solid foundation, we're out of business. Using loose shims and chunks of wood is dangerous. Increase your safety and production with these heavy-duty adjustable brackets on your cross members. These are for a winch frame Peterson. If you have a different model, send some specs and I'll build to fit your machine. Our lowest corner will require a few extra lifts. We're almost level using our lifts. We have to fine-tune the elevation by turning our adjustable feet. They turn easily, can be adjusted with just a few turns with the driver socket that we provide. If your mill settles during use, it's the same thing, just a few turns and you're back in business. Set your stakes and you're in business. We've set up on some sloped ground today so you can see how efficient our pre-drilled lifts are. The next thing to show are the end supports for the WPF high rail. They take a couple of minutes to install and help us stabilize the saw head as it travels. I should close in on and then you lock the nut. And she's ready. Next are the modular steel log bunks. They're made from 3/16 and 1/4 inch wall, mandrel formed, machined parts. If you only saw huge monster logs like you see in all the ads, these log bunks are not necessary. But if you saw average timber, they will increase your production and your safety. We have them in single or double log, which we're showing today. The double log bunks hold 2 logs at one time, of course, and they're excellent for recovering grade or framing lumber from small diameter timber. Our standard bunks use hydraulic jacks to adjust vertically to compensate for ground elevation and log taper. Our standard bunks use hydraulic jacks to adjust vertically to compensate for ground elevation and log taper. To keep your costs down, a very efficient system can be set up using one standard head and one traversing head. Load the large end of your log on the traversing head, shift the log to compensate for taper, lock it, dog it, and saw. Each log bunk comes with a set of standard hardened steel dogs and their driver. They're strong, simple, and efficient. Logs set in the saddle, and the dogs are driven in from both sides. We also have optional large log dogs. They operate the same way. Next are the tie rails. They unify the system. You can saw your own or use nominal 2x4. I use a two-piece system sawn from 2x material. If I extend or add bunks to saw long logs, I can use shorter pieces by staggering the joints. Next are the log turners. They sit between the log bunks and stay in place during sawing. They're being adapted to manual band mills also. For swing blade mills, the roller head lifts and turns a round log by using a peavey to bring the best face up. We're building an optional head with number 80 roller chain on sprockets that will help turn round logs or squared cants. That should be a great help to band mill operators also. Because sawdust gets in everything, we offer these ponchos to help keep the mechanisms clean and reduce your downtime. Next is the log loader. It's being adapted to manual band mills also. It sets up in minutes, or you will be able to leave it in place when it's attached to our new log deck kit that will load logs over low rails or under elevated rails.